hit rock bottom, quite literally.
Well, I guess the only way is up for this stone cottage renovation, hey?
Some fettling, getting the lay of the land.
Minor inconveniences.
Jammy. Yeah, boy. Not bad. So the new fancy laser level has turned up. Let's get some heights of this place. Never used one before. I have actually read the instructions. Hopefully it'll be a damn sight quicker than my old school manually calibrated dot laser. Let's find out. Activate lasers. Where's the receiver? I didn't bring the receiver. Do I even need it? No, I don't need it. Bang on, 64, 104. Let's write this down. 64, 110, 64, 44, 46, 180. So that's that entire room mapped out. That would have taken me 10 minutes with the manually calibrated dot laser, so it's already helped. Compare that versus 46, 110, 20 centimetres less, 104, 94. We can actually see some of the rock that has just been hiding in this soil underneath our feet. Look at this huge slab. Some beautiful, I think it's sandstone, lots of sandstone in here. It's going to come in handy when we're going to be doing things like repairing the base of this chimney breast here, where the fireplace is going to go. And in the lounge there was a lot of slate, absolutely huge chunks of slate and a little bit of sandstone. It's going to come in handy repairing this wall, making good this chimney breast, filling in some holes, maybe building outside walls, and it's free. All I had to do was hop off the digger every now and again when I see a big old chunk of stone coming out of the soil. So I've just spent the last 15-20 minutes doing a map of the floor levels. Now that I've spent a few days excavating my fancy new laser level, this little beauty, I thought I'd invest in it because there's going to be a lot of level taking while relaying this floor. It was a little bit of a learning curve. I don't do this setting out and site measuring on a daily basis, so yeah, new tool and just getting the lay of the land. Quite literally. That's where kind of we want to end up if we don't do any floor height changes. So I need 40 centimetres down from that at a minimum to make up the 4 layers that are going in to rebuild this floor. 40 centimetres being 10 centimetres of the new screed, 10 centimetres of the new insulation, 10 centimetres of the new structural slab, and then 10 centimetres of compacted hardcore, so 4 inches for each layer. I got the datum reference level for that, and I compared that versus the same on the front door, and there's actually I've been referring to it as an 18-inch difference, but it's not. It's actually a 16-inch difference, so 400 mil. Yeah, 16-inch difference if we don't change the floor heights, but as you might have seen in a previous segment, I've actually excavated more from this bedroom than I actually originally intended. I'll need to double check my notes, the map that I've just created. So I just wanted to say, if I'd done the same exercise with my old manually calibrated dot laser, every time I changed my position and wanted to take a new height measurement, I would have had to recalibrate the bubble level to make sure it's all level, then take my measurement, then so on and so forth, rinse and repeat. One in each corner, one down the centre of the room, in both planes, 12 plus measurements per room. So to do that with a dot laser, it would have been, 20 minutes a room, half an hour room for the ensuite, the bedroom and the lounge. And I've just done the entire lot in 15 minutes with the new laser level. Rinse and repeat that throughout this project, and it's going to save me hours and hours and hours. So yeah, a worthy investment. I'm glad I've done it. So I've drawn a little map with all of my reference levels. Time to go digest it, see where we're at, see what fettling I need to do. Hello folks, so progress update on excavation. I've done a plan and I have captured the heights of a few reference areas. I'm pretty close. I'm a little bit high in most places, a little bit low in a couple of places. Before I do the final fettling and final phase of excavation, there's a few high spots, well, I think the high spots of rock poking out of the subbase. So I've got another little plan of the X marks the spot where the rocks are, and I just want to get a reference height from them, so I know if I'm going to be, having to break them up to get to the desired floor level. I'm going to break out the new fancy laser level, see how long it takes me. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of rock that I want to measure the height of.
So I thought we could have a chat about the reality of life in this caravan at the moment. Ooh, sunny. Not complaining. Let's just go get my wellies. First realities. I'm stepping over both a blue line of rope, I don't know if you can see it, and now a plank of wood. And in case you're wondering why, it's because without a barricade, our ponies will let themselves in to the cottage where we're currently keeping the haylage because we don't have a barn. So anyway, so the first thing I was actually going to talk about is specifically winter in the caravan. It has been quite tough. It's not because it's cold though. A lot of people worry about us, are you cold in the caravan? The heater in there does work. It does heat things really quite well. Should I bother with the plastic trousers? I'll probably regret it, but no. I'm hoping we're moving out of plastic trousers season, but I will put on my wellies. The heater does work. However, it is really inefficient, so we have to have it absolutely cranked up to max, and even though it's only a small space, where's my egg basket? Got it. There's like pretty much no insulation to speak of in there, so we're losing all of the heat. So the power bill that we got through for February was eye-watering. It was by far the biggest electricity bill we've ever had in our lives. It made us even more determined to get off-grid ASAP. And then the other reality is that because of our electrical situation, and we have to be careful with how much load we're putting on our precarious circuit, we can only have on the heating in there or the hot water. So when one of us wants to have a shower, we put on the hot water, it takes around 20 minutes to heat up, and during that time we can't heat the caravan. All of the heating in there disappears. Then when the person's out of the shower, we put the heating back on again. It's this kind of like dance and struggle. Seriously, this weather.
Lasers activated. No calibration needed. It's auto leveling. Yeah, boy. Let's go here first. So I've got one right in front of the doorway. Right here and right now. Lasers in my eyes. Too many lasers. That one off. That one off. That one off. No. There we go. Lovely. So that's 107. 43. 7 centimetres off. That'll do. Next. Onwards and upwards.
So the other, probably less surprising challenge that we have to deal with in the caravan is space. Now, on balance, actually, we're really quite used to it at this point. For those of you who don't know, we went travelling for 6 months before we came here. And so that means for over a year and a half now, we have not lived in a house other than the odd week in an Airbnb here and there. We've been in our camper van while we were travelling around Europe for 6 months. And then since arriving here, we've been in the caravan. So on one hand, we're actually really used to it. We're really used to all being squished together in a small space. I'm quite a minimalist. Well, a lot of minimalist, so it suits me. I don't have many clothes. I like not having many dishes because it means there's less washing up. I actually quite enjoy that side of things. The rest of the family, not so much. Those two are both hoarders, aka pack rats, and so they are missing having all of the things. But even with minimalism and even with being used to it, we are constantly just moving things around the caravan to try to make space. Excuse the squelching sound. Let's just have a little mud update, shall we? This is what we're dealing with at the moment. It's pretty deep in parts. And specifically it's been challenging in the winter because previously we've been spending so much time out here, out in the sun, out in the countryside. The reason we came here, but when it's been really cold and really dark, that has meant the caravan has felt a lot smaller. But now that the sun is starting to shine, things are looking up again, it's not actually too bad. Look at that view. Always worth the climb. 7 eggs. Yay. And it took us more time than I would care to admit to start bringing a basket back up here, and more squashed eggs in coat pockets than I really should admit. If you appreciate that I traversed this not once but thrice to bring you along with me. Hello, did you miss me? Yeah, I missed you too.
This one is 107, 3 inches high. What's going on? Oh, well low here. What over here? Very, very low. Yeah. No, well it's not. Definitely isn't 115. It's well off, mate. I'm going to have to redo this room. I've just discovered my first measurements that I took with the new laser level. For some reason, I'm not seeing what I've written down. 184. Let's reset the laser. Lasers activated. Activated. Wrong way. Activate. Nice. I want. Maximum extension achieved. Nice. 6 centimeters. Beautiful. Hang on, that needs to go down 8 centimeters. Not too bad. Next.
Okay, one of the things is that things are broken. This has been broken for an embarrassing amount of time. And this one doesn't even have any handles, but I have actually bought new handles for these cabinets for when the painting project is complete. And you may well be asking, when exactly, Corrie, is this painting project going to be complete? Yes, it has been going on for a long time. I don't know when it's going to be finished. And this is how it's going. La 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 la. Oops. Doesn't have anything to hook into on this side. It's supposed to have a runner. So the other thing is that there are just a multitude of minor inconveniences, like death by 1,000 paper cuts. So, for example, you might be able to see behind me, this is where we are having to hang our towels. We tried some of those, will stick forever to the walls, adhesive stickers. You know the ones that claim this. Lies. We were using them in our bedroom down there to hang our towels on the walls, and they just fell off. So the heater is just down here, and so this is nearest to the heater, so at least they dry and we don't have damp towels. But almost every time someone walks down here, they fall off. So that's like a daily frustration. I don't know why I'm telling you all these things. It's like, I was going to say it's mildly embarrassing. It is quite, it's quite hilarious that we live this way. I'm not an easily embarrassed person though, so whatever. So yeah, while living in a caravan in the winter on a homestead, mostly off-grid, is kind of laughable very often. And it's been probably one of the hardest winters of our lives. It's also probably been one of the happiest in many ways, so hard isn't always bad. I mean, sometimes it's bad living here, let's just be honest. So it's time for comment of the week. We're going to do this live and together today because we had a lot of questions around the same topic, so I thought we would just answer it. So it's question of the week. So we've been getting a question about our grant timeline, and I think a lot of you, after a previous video, are feeling worried for us.
You should be.
You should be. Are we going to apply for a grant extension? And if not, why not?
We're going to avoid it if at all possible. It's like the nuclear option, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just want to get in this cottage, and as soon as we're in, then things will tick along really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Do we even have grounds for an extension based on the storm?
Well, everyone has grounds for an extension. Like, the whole point of the grant scheme is to bring vacant properties back onto the market, you know, to reduce the kind of housing crisis. This money is put aside, and the government want to spend this money, so it's in the interests of the folks that are, you know, doing the finances and making these this legislation at the top level. It's in their interest to actually follow through their plans, and it means giving people the full opportunity to do that. I think there's always potential to apply for an extension. Obviously, mitigating circumstances help get that extension.
We're just not ready to hit that nuclear button.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. bang on. Stone-based datum. Last but not least, 143. Nice. There we go, done. All high spots set in stone, been measured. Most are a bit high, and a couple are bang on where I need them to be. So I'll take that, and that's taken 18 minutes, probably 10 after I finished dicking around. Not bad. So in doing up these old places, it always feels like you're doing, especially in a phased project, it always feels like you're doing things in the most random, unorthodox, mad order. There's methods of madness. So the underfloor heating manifold for the new slab, which will hopefully be in before next winter, is going on this wall here, right? And this is the wall that, as you might know, is where we're going to reconfigure the ultimate final layout, where the new staircase is going to go. I need to ensure that the underfloor heating manifold doesn't foul the new staircase stringers. So I've had to put a piece of wood in there so that I can gauge where the underside of the staircase is going to be, so that I can actually see that where I can put the underfloor heating manifold. So this new staircase we're not even dreaming of it. It's way off in the distance, a year, maybe even more. I need to know where it's going to go now for this manifold. So methods of the madness. There we go. One staircase. So here somewhere. So time to remove some of this rock from the ground so I can get down to the final levels. Part of the phase 2 of the dig in the inside. Some fettling. So I'm going to use my trusty concrete saw. This is probably one of my biggest bargain basement tool purchases ever in my life. 12 years ago I bought it second hand, Facebook Marketplace or whatever, 50 quid. Can't complain with that, eh? She still works like the day she was born.
I think we should make scones. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it.
to my notes, that was 87 where I needed it to be a target of 124, so that is 37 difference. So I need to go 37 centimetres down, so I should be able to dig that out with the mini digger now. That's why I'm doing this. The mini digger was struggling with these beasts embedded in the hardcore here. So that's that one tackled, one over here as well.
Kettle's boiling. I'm going to interest you in a scone and tea.
Always.
What better way to enjoy your homemade jam than with a scone?
Wood.
Would now be a good time to start a lively debate on whether or not it is cream and then jam or jam and then cream.
There's only one way.
No, I disagree. Well, no, I agree there's only one way, but...
The Devonshire method.
Are you sure it's the Devonshire method?
Yeah. Cornish is the jam first, isn't it?
I can never remember which way round.
Yeah.
Jam first, then cream.
No,
Proper.
That's the wrong one.
No, that's the correct one.
The Devonshire's got it right, which is
No, the Cornish got it right.
cream first.
No.
Clotted cream, and then that acts as a foundation onto which you can slather the more liquid layer, which is the jam.
No. Like a cream hat on my scone. Nice.
Jammy.
Yes. So there's my way.
Or the highway.
Caravan's way.
The proof is quite literally in the pudding, because when you bite into that, the cream's going to hit your nose and you're going to and then slide off the jam. Whereas this way,
What are you trying to say about my nose?
civilised.
Let us know in the comments, do you have a preference, jam then cream or cream then jam?
We have tidied up this edge, looking a lot more flush with the wall now. It's going to make laying the new slab much easier because I'll be able to butt it up square with the wall. While I've had the breaker out, I have chewed up the last bit of concrete slab from the original slab that was here with all of the electrics embedded in it. And it's quite a momentous occasion actually, because these two big fat pipes which were coming in here, and they had a whole boiler room worth of piping here. These two pipes, these two last remaining pipes from the old slab, I'm going to rip them out now. I'll tidy this up here, get rid of this insulation, get rid of this final bit of slab here. It's all loose, so I'll just be able to... That's coming out now. So this pile of rock has been ripped out, its neighbouring rock has been ripped out. This edge has been cleaned up as much as I care to clean it up. I can crack on with the mini digger in here and do the final fettling to bring it down to the final floor level. And there's some high spots here where I need to remove a further 4 inches. Obviously I need to tidy up these edges here. So there's a little bit of tidy up to do, but it's getting there. So fettling is going well.
So quite the week for you. I feel like you had lots of fun playing with your new boy toy of your laser beam. I actually edited out some of the instances of you saying laser beam activated.
Well, it's fun. Who doesn't like lasers?
The 9-year-old boy in you coming through. So yeah, laser beams and a bit more mini digger action, freshly baked scones, just living your best life this week.
Most importantly, approaching the milestone of all of the demolishing being finished.
So just as well that it's been a bit of fun playing with the laser level and ink scones and things, because it's cold again today. We felt like we were out of winter and into spring. The Caravan is looking sorry for herself, and we're all really over wintering in the Caravan on this building site. So
Back down to 0 Celsius.
Yeah.
Bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Definitely like not standard for this part of the year, is it?
Definitely not.
Having said that, you know, the sky's blue.
Sky is blue. The birds are chirping.
Yeah. The wind is calm.
The wind is calm. Yeah. So we have a lot to be thankful for.
All is well.
So as always, folks, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for encouraging us. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all of the things. We couldn't be doing this through these cold months, through all of it. Without you, we really appreciate you.
I'll do a shout out to Frank and Linda for getting us some interesting gardening books, so thank you for that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks always to Clay for supplying us with some great new equipment. So
Such a sweetheart, Clay.
yeah, so we've got he supplied us some work lights with a tripod. So
yes,
no more messing around with a head torch. I've actually got some real lighting in here.
Yeah.
And thank you to Bill for my absolutely epic Makita investment. Thank you so much. Very, very generous of you.
You're a bit speechless, aren't you?
I am a bit speechless, yeah. That was a real surprise and an absolute pleasure to receive. Thank you.
And thanks to everybody who has sent us gifts, supported us on Patreon and Ko-fi. Like, yeah. I was chatting with my mum last night and she watches this. Hey, Mum. And I was saying, really restores your faith in humanity. Like, the world is crazy out there. If you're looking on social media or the news, everyone's like against each other. This has really just made me feel like there's so many good people.
Yeah.
You guys are legends. Thank you. So next week, you're going to see us doing something that we said we weren't going to do this year. And it's only March. So stay tuned for that. See you next week.
See you, folks.
Quick, we're a delivery lorry. Hurry up.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
I hope you're appreciating that the height difference now is a mere 8 inches.
That 8 inches makes all the difference.
Oh, I can't go any further down.
Yeah, you end up in Australia. That's what we're dealing with. Why am I doing this? Go for an inordinate. The amount of times I actually edited out. I can't even speak.
It's cold, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I've got too much to do, too little time.
Such a complainer.
My life is a blooper.